God.
That was the whole. I just kind of going on that, and it's like
traps.
The trap was triggered.
Yeah,
right. So
I get it now.
There you go.
Oh, it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's all done. It seems to be done in the and I think some of them are well-meaning.
I think that's why.
Why it's so difficult.
Yeah, I think that's that. I hate to bring up Pearson.
Don't say that.
Don't say that name. But anyway, someone asked him why he personally thought maybe a reason why communism isn't as loudly decried as say fucking Nazism or whatever.
Yep.
And he was like, well, say what you will, but at the end of the day, they do have that weird veneer of like we're looking out for the little guy.
Yeah, 100%.
But
100%. And but again, that's the car. I mean, that's the car analogy. It's like, okay, well, are you gonna? If you saw a car going down the street that was just one big transmission, right? That's not going to be a very good car. I mean, communism is a transmission. Capitalism is the gas tank. The wheels are libertarians. It's all these different things have to go together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have one big transmission driving up the street.
Yeah.
It's horrible for your fuel efficiency and your mileage. It's a fucking nightmare, right?
Yeah.
And so
hard on the rigging.
You know what? I think though that we can do a lot better. Yeah. A lot better. I've actually so I'm going to throw something out there. I've been kind of thinking a lot about a new kind of political structure, one that incorporates the best elements of both the the left and the right, the conceptual ideas, and then kind of boil it down to a functional, executable kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So, in my personal opinion, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. The advantages to a capitalistic system is that it encourages innovation, it encourages people to because there's competition, right? Mm-hmm. People want to be at the top, and they will do whatever they can to get there, but in order to get to the top, you have to do something for somebody else. You have to, make others' lives better before the others bring you to the top. Mm-hmm. It's not really you getting to the top. It's society as a whole lifting you up because you're doing something that they like.
It's incredibly cooperative.
If I may interject, I think that's why it's so oddly damning to, fucking when someone says like, oh, it's really easy for like an individual person or a citizen to just be like, "Oh, fucking big business." Mm-hmm. I was like, well,
all that shit.
You're voting with your dollars. You know what I mean? Who do you think gave?
You could move to the woods tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, but
it's there.
Yeah,
it's
there. But apparently, the multitudes, the masses, it's just as much anyone's burden as the people you feel like, painting with horrible people.
Yeah, because they see the difference, right?
Yeah.
I hate when people are so critical of society. They're like, oh, society, blah, 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 it's oppressive, or it's dangerous, or it's flawed and messed up, and it's like, what is it? What is it really? It's us. The society is a collection of individuals.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we should be taking responsibility for it as if it's like people treat it like it's a fucking hurricane or something that just shows up beyond our control.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, shut fucking hurricane.
Oh, Jesus, damn communism! It came back. We were just all minding our business, and communism happened.
Yeah.
The fuck. Having said that, this kind of leads into the next part. Is that they do, in some case, there is a point to be made from the other side, which is that power creates more power, right? Mm-hmm. Money creates more money. Mm-hmm.
And distribution.
I'm sorry?
The Pareto distribution.
Yeah. I mean, it's... So, and from that point perspective, when you see the class division increasing and the richest rich and the poorest poor getting farther and farther, and that gap in the center increasing. Yeah. You see that, and first of all, I mean, it's dangerous to the society, because when you have a whole bunch of really, really poor people that that literally can't do anything. And automation's not helping that. It's taking away every little thing that they could be doing.
Yeah.
Because, maybe a lot of them aren't capable mentally of doing anything highly complex, right?
So I have a funny story about that.
But so we got that, right? And it starts to look like a system where, the rich can use their power to keep taking a larger share, right? And that's going to cause huge problems, right? So we got the innovation that comes with the capitalism, but the complete the lack of control by the people. Now, of course, the idea is, okay, yeah, but we're supposed to vote for the politicians that are supposed to keep that shit in check. But when the politicians are being funded by the millionaires, we see the agenda there.
Conflict of interest.
The flip side is, things that are done on a socialistic level, government, etc., like that. They're not done, at least outwardly, with the intention of making one person the sole beneficiary, right? So, I mean, we have that whole thing where, like, if a bunch of people were all on the same... Because, quite frankly, it's not the CEO of fucking... of Uber that made Uber billions of dollars. Yeah, they came up with the idea. But fundamentally, it's the millions of programmers, the people that constructed it from the ground level, and it's going straight...
And the people who use it.
And the people who use it, right? So, and in that perspective, there's an argument to be said, well... if we can do this here, if the private sector can do these things, make all these awesome products, well, why can't the public sectors? Because in a public sector system, there's no incentive to go up because you get the same amount of money in from the taxes. It's always going to be, it goes up and down and whatnot, depending on how much you screw the people. But fundamentally, if the bus system runs shitty, or if the bus system runs really well, there's going to be very little difference in the next year's budget. We're in a private sector. The bus system runs shitty for 2 years. They're bankrupt.
Yeah.
And there's room for somebody else to come in.
Yeah.
So I think that we should combine the two. Build a government, a social system, right, where we can focus on, where we can take a capitalistic approach to developing our social services. I.e., we incentivize departments that do well. The heads of government departments that are the most efficient, get the job done, have the highest approval ratings from the people, because we have the technology to get real-time feedback from the people in the palms of our hands, right?
Yeah.
Build a system where we're incentivizing the government and the people within the government, they get more money for building a system that we like, just like the free sectors. But, of course, since we can control it, it's not unreasonable. It's not like, okay, the guy that did really well at the bus system and running Halifax Transit, he now gets $100 million a year. No, it's a range, You start off at 50 grand, you might top out at 300K, right? A range there, right? Because someone's going to work as hard as they possibly can, no matter what, for 300K.
Yeah.
That's just right,
Yeah, even less.
Yeah, right?
But, I agree, man. I think people need to be rewarded for their hard work. Is look at the world around us. That was built by people sacrificing everything. And it's a real problem with this. Here's a Pareto distribution. What you're talking about. So it's like it literally applies to trees in the Amazon rainforest. There's like 1% of the trees are the tallest trees. The size of the largest stars in the galaxy have almost all of the mass, and like most of space is empty, so it accumulates.
It's these patterns everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
Money. Who gets the more of it? Who scores the most goals in hockey? The amount of paintings painted by a person. Because I think the average amount of artistic creation is 0 for people. Like the average amount of songs that people write is 0. and then
Right.
some people
Such
write
a
10
rarity.
songs a day,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
but that's not to say that this isn't a problem to be addressed. There has to be, but we
gotta
got to have an intelligent conversation about
Yeah.
it to seize this. It's like a force of nature we're dealing with here.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Right?
we can. I'm sure there's a way that, because we're smart as fuck, there should be a way that we can figure out how to mitigate it.
Ooh, are we though?
Smarter than fucking chimps.
Yeah, we are smarter than chimps, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people, I think we're not as smart as we think we are. That's a big thing because of these.
Well,
I think this has a big part of it. The fact that we see all this really awesome, cool shit that we have everywhere. And I know I'm kind of ripping off a Joe Rogan skit, but I had this idea first. So it doesn't matter.
Suck it, Joe.
Suck it, Joe. That we have all this cool stuff, and somehow we feel like we're smarter for it. Right? It's like, oh, look at what I have in my hand. This smartphone can do everything. It can.
Yeah.
I have the capability to take pictures and drive cars and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if I left you alone in the woods with a hatchet, how long would it take you to send me an email?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I agree with you there 100%. Like, it's a very small amount of super geniuses that are
Yeah.
churning out shit like this. But I don't see why those people can't figure out how to mitigate some sort of way of buttressing ourselves against, because too much disparity in the classes is catastrophic for
it's
society.
totally
for sure.
totally catastrophic.
So I'm not saying any old fuck could come up with the funny stretch, but
But here's the thing, it's not about, I'm sure there's plenty of people that could come up with a lot of great plans to solve the problem, but because we're in a democratic society, and this is not an advocation of a dictatorship, but
Yeah.
because we're in a democratic society, we have to convince the masses.
Yeah.
And if the masses can't understand a concept, how are you going to convince them to go for it?
I think
that's
that
tricky too, because sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, like just, speaking of being able to convince the masses, and also kind of an answer to maybe like how we could kind of decentralize how much like corruption there could be in a government or between vested parties, with vested interests in each other, would be cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, big fan.
That's what I mean. Like there's the blockchain formats as so far. Like obviously, it's hopefully it continues to develop and improve. But like so far, it's like if we could get to a point where everyone just used cryptocurrencies.
That's a really complicated thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Super
It would take like the lowest common denominators to be willing to try basically, which is asking a lot apparently because they're the lowest common denominators, right? But at the same time, like as far as like the course of history is concerned, like and the socioeconomic or political classes of people, like the middle's like the middle class today compared to the middle class in like 10 BC, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Even 200 years ago. Or 100
yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
exactly. Like it's really, we really are like as we have light years to go, but like
We've
come light years as
We've
well.
come light years as well, and
Yeah.
to me, it seems like it's a really interesting kind of conundrum there because, yeah, you're completely right. If we look at the middle class today, the quality of living, the standard of life is so much better than it was like even 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. Having said that, you also look at society, and I think I'm seeing there's constantly things that be like, well, if we just did that different, everything would be way better, and it would not be that much of a. Here, I'll give you one. Education, right?
Yeah.
Why can I not go on to the internet or YouTube and see a full course laid out, like 30-hour instructional course, linked to a site that has all kinds of information? Like, why is the government supposed to try and help educate us? YouTube and video streaming is like the most powerful thing that has ever happened to humanity in terms of education, and our governments were sitting with their thumbs stuck straight up their ass on this one. Why do we not have open courseware for every really well done open courseware made available to Canadian citizens? Just so, if you want to go to a course, if you're thinking about friggin' becoming a dental hygienist, right? Well, okay, now you can go and literally, first of all, you can watch the entire friggin' course and decide after you watch it on the internet whether or not that's something you want to do, or you can audit 1 million courses, right?
Yeah.
You can teach yourself